Hello, I'm Officer Widener with the City of Bethlehem Police Department, and today we're going to be reading Unicorns Are the Worst. But before we do that, I just want to explain a little bit about myself. I'm from the area. I grew up in Palmer Township. I went to Notre Dame High School. Then I went from there to Northampton Community College, where I did two years of schooling. And then after that, I decided I wanted to be a police officer, so I did 2 more years of schooling at Moravian College. And then after that, I decided that since I was from this area, I wanted to serve this area and this community, so I became a police officer with the City of Bethlehem. So, with that being said, we'll dive right into this. For hundreds of years, I've gone about completing my important goblin business in peace. From documenting spells, to gathering ingredients for spells, to alphabetizing the ingredients I've gathered for spells. No distractions, no interruptions, just me and my work. But guess who decided to move in to the meadow next door? Unicorns. Now I know what you're going to say. Unicorns are the best, magical, blah blah blah. That's true, but a lot of things are magical, like elves, and fairies, and what's the other one? Elves, fairies, and, oh right, goblins. I've studied the forgotten magic that lies deep within the earth. I know spells that can transform socks into slugs. I can turn broccoli into ice cream. And I've mastered the 3-strand braid. But despite all of this, does anyone ever ask you to have a goblin-themed birthday party? Meanwhile, all unicorns do is frolic around all day on their dainty unicorn hooves. Frolicking isn't even hard. Goblins can frolic. We just choose not to. I don't get it. There are plenty of horses with pointy heads. I have pointy ears, but you don't hear me carrying on about it. And the glitter. So much glitter. Do you realize how hard it is to get glitter out of a smock? They are constantly playing their instruments. Newsflash, unicorns, not everyone likes harp music. And the tea parties. So many tea parties. It's not like they ever asked me to one of their tea parties. Not that I would have time for tea parties when there is all this important work to be done. It's not like this shrub is going to document itself. Do I enjoy a good cup of tea? Perhaps. The occasional crumpet? Well, we'll never know, because someone around here has to take their work seriously. You know what? I wouldn't go to one of their silly tea parties, even if they did ask me. You know why? Because unicorns are the worst. I would rather be neighbors with gnomes, or this dragon, or a chicken, or a... Wait a minute. Dragon! Run for your lives! Save yourself, my little sock slugs. Scary. Well, I guess unicorns do have some good traits. For instance, did you know that their glitter can put out dragon fire? And that harp music can be quite disorienting? Those dainty hooves pack quite a wallop. And it turns out, a unicorn's horn is more than just pointy. Alright, fine. As far as neighbors go, unicorns aren't that bad. But I think that we can all agree, dragons are the worst. And that is, unicorns are the worst. So now, we're going to turn to Taylor and she's going to be doing a craft with you guys.
Hello, I hope you had fun reading this story today, and I figured what better craft than to make our very own little unicorn. All you'll need is some paper. I chose some fancy paper for the mane and for the tail. You can see it's a nice little gradient, but you can use any colors you'd like. You'll need some white paper so that way you can cut out the body, and the template will be available online on our Facebook page so that way you can print it out and cut it out very easily. You'll also need some paper for the ears. We chose a big thick piece of glitter foam for the nice unicorn horn, but you can decorate your own horn if you like. You can make it rainbow, you can make it pink, you can make it blue, any color you'd like. Also, you'll need googly eye, so that way he has a nice little eye, but otherwise you can always draw yours on. And you'll need some glue and scissors to cut everything out. So without further ado, we can get started. I already have everything pre-cut, so that way I can just show you how to put it all together. So first I have my little unicorn head and body. And you can see I already cut out the nice little holes to put my fingers through, so that way it'll be a nice little puppet. And we're going to first start gluing on the mane. So I made these nice little strips, a bunch of them, bunch of different colors, and you can kind of haphazardly put them all over the place on his neck, so that way you can make a nice little rainbow. So I first glued like a nice long strip on his neck, or her neck, all there, and I'm making sure it's nice and thick. And I'm just taking the nice little strips and kind of putting them on quickly before the glue dries. And now we're going to take 2 ears. They're kind of like these little teardrop shapes, little cones, triangles. They kind of look like this. I'm taking 2 of them, and I'm putting one on the back end side of the head because it's on either side of the unicorn's head. So I'm doing a nice little dollop of glue and kind of towards the top of the head, just centering it. The best part of the unicorn, the foam piece unicorn horn that makes it the unicorn rather than just a horse. And I'm going to add extra glue for this foam piece, but you can use regular construction paper and decorate it however you please. We're going to add our nice little googly eye. We only need one, nice and easy, or you can draw yours on, that's fine too. Alright, and just kind of putting that towards the top of the face, nice and easy. And I have a pink crayon here, so I'm going to add the nice smile because it's a happy unicorn, and a little dot for the nose. And now all I have to do is make sure that I add his tail or her tail. So towards the rear end, I'm going to add a big dollop of glue and kind of put them all over the place. Table, and now we have a nice little unicorn. Once everything dries, make sure you let it dry. Mine's a little wet, but that's okay. And I hope you had fun making a nice little unicorn craft, and I hope to see you soon.